In this video, I'm going to talk about mindfulness and why you should start eating mindfully. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness means being present with anything that you do by bringing your whole focus and attention to that particular moment. It's the opposite of multitasking. Multitasking tells you that you can manage to do a lot of tasks at one given time, while mindfulness teaches you to be focused on only one thing at a time. If you start living mindfully, it will help you with depression and anxiety as well. But in this video, my entire focus is using mindfulness in the food that we eat. If we use mindfulness in our daily eating habits, it will enhance our overall experience of eating. The purpose of mindful eating is to extract pleasure out of the food that we eat and not the weight loss. Weight loss just happens as a byproduct of mindful eating. With mindful eating, you will get more pleasure out of the food that you eat without having to overeat. You will not eat less or more, but just enough for your hunger to be satiated. You will also start to understand your hunger and satiety signals that your body gives you. So you will know exactly how much to eat and when to stop eating without having the need to count calories. So how can you apply mindfulness to eating? So today I'm gonna teach you 4 practices that you can apply to each and every meal. So the first practice is don't eat while watching TV. It is a norm for most of the people to eat while watching their favorite show or talking over the phone while eating. Why it's become a norm? Well, if you grew up in a household where your parents and everyone else in the house used to watch TV while having dinner at the same time, you're more likely to continue doing that for the rest of your life out of the habit that you have formed. And you're most likely to pass on the same habit to your children in the future. When we are not fully present with the food that we eat, we can easily overeat. And we can never extract the true pleasure out of the food that we eat. Have you ever seen a child, if you give them a candy, how do they eat it? They'll be so busy and focus on that candy for the next half an hour. You should do exactly the same with the food that you eat. My next mindful practice is eating only when you're hungry. Oftentimes we eat not because we are hungry, but because we are bored and we are looking for some kind of stimulation. For example, when we are too happy or when we are too stressed. And we just tend to eat out of the emotions, and that's called emotional eating. So having an understanding of your hunger cues help you to become an intuitive eater. For example, not confusing thirst with hunger and not eating while you are not hungry. My third mindful practice is eat slowly. It takes 20 minutes for your brain to register that you're full. So if you eat really fast, you tend to overeat. Your parents and grandparents asked you to eat slowly and chew your food properly. There is also a scientific reason behind that. If you don't chew your food properly, many food particles reach your colon intact, putting more pressure on your intestine. While if you chew your food properly, you're also able to allow those nutrients to get properly absorbed into your bloodstream. If you work and you get half an hour for your lunch break, I can imagine how fast you would like to have your lunch because you want to utilize your lunch break for other things to do. You might want to utilize that time to make phone calls and all. But this is not eating mindfully. When I was a flight attendant, there was hardly any time to eat peacefully, so I got into the habit of eating very fast. Over time, it became a norm for me. Without even realizing it, I started to overeat. So when you start being aware of your eating habits and your eating patterns, it helps you to start reversing the way that you have been eating. My mindful practice number 4 is use all your senses. See your food, smell your food, touch it and taste it. Even hear how different food groups sound while you chew your food. Your stomach produces digestive juices way before your food reaches your mouth. The digestion process begins from the time you see or smell your food. So using mindfulness from the time your food was grown and brought to your home, from the time it was cooked to the time it was brought to your table, is all part of mindful eating. It will take some time for you to get used to eating mindfully, but once you get used to eating mindfully, you will not like to eat your food with distractions like while watching TV or talking over phone and scrolling through your phone and so on. As I mentioned before, there was a time that I used to overeat as well, as I was not aware of my hunger cues and I did not know when to stop eating. I was also eating out of boredom, out of stress, out of the habits that I formed, and out of the emotions. But mindfulness changed everything for me. I hope the way mindfulness has helped me, it can also help you. And I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video. And if you want to watch more such videos in the future, then do like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on more such videos. Till then, take care, and I will see you soon.